Okay, so I'm going to begin with an expulsion, and I do it through the mouth. Later on, you can vary this technique according to what suits you. However, I'm going to start with the way that I was taught Misogi breathing, and that is with an expulsion through the throat with a sort of an H sound. Just give an observation for a moment. And I'm going to use a clapper to help you hear my inhalations and expulsions. I start with an expulsion. And you can see how much air I took out there. So my back needs to be straight to do this. Why? Because the lower part of the stomach needs to close to get all that air out. So the back remains upright. And I can tip a little bit forward, but the back really does remain upright. You can see there's a certain rigor and a power that is involved. It isn't stiff, it's really just upright. The intention is to just keep the ribs away from the hips up here and just keep that distance down there pretty long. Okay, so you don't want to sway back and you don't want to be hunched over. It's not chesty in this way, but it's chesty as far as just being up. Very much like a balletic posture. Quite upright. It's through the neck. It's up through the head. Okay? So that was the expulsion. Let's take another look. And I cough out that last breath. Now the inhalation is through the nose, and this takes a bit of practice. You'll see that it's a very long inhalation. You don't need to be doing it as long as I do. It takes a little while to learn to allow the body to do it naturally. In other words, when you get all the air out, you sort of just let go of a gauge, and naturally the air begins to pull back in to the lungs, filling the lungs with air. Give a look. First the expulsion. Now the inhalation. And I really fill up. So that's a demonstration of the mindful exposure to the large breath consistent with the Misogi breathing technique. And I recommend that you practice without too much effort. That is, that you use the H expulsion, get the air out, hold for just a moment, then gently allow breath to funnel in through the nose up towards the head. It's sort of an upward breathing, naturally inhalation. Feel satisfied with the breath, and then expel. At first, it's going to take a little practice because it will not be satisfying necessarily. You might need to pant a little bit to get the air in there. After a while, you will notice that the single expulsion and the single inhalation will indeed be satisfying. That is the process, and my recommendations are to do it for more than 10 minutes prior to attempting to move to non-conceptual awareness. You can be in non-conceptual awareness and notice that perhaps the mind begins to race. Misogi breathing, mindful exposure to the large breath, tends to anesthetize the body. Oxygen provides for an anesthetizing effect, and the body calms down naturally, organically. The mind stops racing as much, and we're in the position to enter non-conceptual awareness. That non-conceptual awareness is not equivalent to holding our breath. It is equivalent to drinking of the elixir of life. It is that entering the void, is visiting the source of supply. This is our friend. This is not the absence of supply, but the very source of supply. It is in the actuality. The actuality is something that is not knowable. You cannot anticipate the actuality. So we are in fact not knowing. However, this not knowing is not a negative. It is in fact a positive. It is reorganizing your brain, reorganizing the hormonal system, the neuropeptides, and allowing for the recovery of your psychophysical being. Okay? And we will once again do other Misogi breathings throughout the year. This was the initial instruction on it. Thank you for tuning in. We'll continue with more videos on mindfulness based anxiety reduction through the year. Thanks for tuning in. Of life itself.